Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever. I'm back with a cast. It's been a long time. I could take this opportunity to blame replay desyncs, which have been at an all-time high thanks to some problems with the patch, but that would be just taking advantage really. It's more just a bit less time for me to do this, but I have some time right now, and we're going back in time a little bit to find a replay because there's some problems with the patch deployment, a new executable with some changes in it, and something went wrong anyway. So we're going back slightly in time to Turbo and Thomas. Thomas has quit FAF yet again. He'll be back. And he's got about 150 points on Turbo in this game. So great opportunity for a ladder climb for Turbo here. And they're both Cybran, unfortunately. Oh well. The map is Twin Rivers, of course. Everyone knows that. And let's see what they do at the start. Will we get second air, second land? Thomas has a lot of things planned, but that's not really that many pigeons. I think he probably needs more than that for this many factories. Just at a glance. Turbo going 7 power generators and second air, and a lot less planning involved in his build order, and he actually already has 2 Mantis out. So that's quite aggressive. So this guy is now satisfied that he's defended against any possible lab, and he's gonna leave, head towards middle. More next engineers are going to have to assist the ACU, I'm pretty sure. Judging by, yeah, that mass bar. Power, power, power. I'd like to build a power here, close to the engineer. Now the engineer has to walk a bit. And actually he's only building 1. Yeah, that's a mistake. Big time. Ow. It hurts. Thomas, in a nicer situation. Quite a bit of power. And still not enough. So he needs more. He's come for quite a lot of Mantis now, and has left only 1 engineer assisting his commander, which is a slight weakness in his build. Again, lack of power. But he has a couple of nice scouts. Goes for 2 air scouts, not just 1. I think that's nice. They're very useful things. And one of them just gets killed. Well placed into there. From Turbo. Turbo went second air and didn't do anything with it except kill his economy and then get forced to pause his air factory, so that was a bad decision from him, I would say. 7 pigeon second air is problematic on this map. I would be going 8 pigeons, certainly, maybe 9. Turbo's here with his ACU to secure the reclaim, and he's trying to steal this reclaim as well, but Thomas does a bit of damage, takes out the engineer before he gets the good stuff. Although some of the mech marines got nabbed by Turbo, and the reclaim is slightly in Turbo's favor now thanks to its ACU move. Very good use of the ACU, but you can see the difference in these 4 mechs not being taken. So much of a muchness, I suppose. Although he's still not sending any engineers to these mechs. It's quite slow. Does already have an engineer edge building, the classic edge build factory. To the island. No, it's not an island. Well, actually, you can't tell if it's an island or not. The landmass goes off into the distance, but we'll call it an island because that is very convenient. We got 3 Mantis, 3 engineers, and they're going to the bottom island. The engineer, yeah, there was an engineer sent in the same path, but it was caught. There's a lot of mantis standing still here when there's damage to be done. Go attack, 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 attack. If your units are idle, and sometimes, you know, a lot of the time you want your units to be idle because they're in the correct position. If you move them, they'll be in a bad formation. There's units ahead of them that will kill them and you'll leave reclaim, but leaving them idle for minutes at a time and having no vision ahead of you is quite bad. But now he's on the move, and finally, and he's stopped again. Needs a bit more attention paid to these units, but he is looking at his economy primarily, probably. So, Thomas successfully gets rid of this. Turbo tries to save whatever he can, which is a little bit of mass from his own factory. That's not bad. He does waste a bomber though afterwards, so you win some, you lose some. No drop to the top side from either player. Here comes the transport finally, and Thomas is picking up another identical group here. 3 mantis, 3 engineers. A solid mix. These 2 mexes could have been killed, I guess, a long time ago, but better late than never, and he's going to win this fight because of the superior formation. Although he's getting maybe pinged by some Medusa shots, he is going to get a couple mantis in the back, and they'll really just be annoying. They are unlikely to be able to kill more than maybe 1 T1 mass extractor. Oh, that's a dead Engie. I guess that's useful. 5 kills on this one, 3 on this, and a vet. Turbo drops all the engineers. He did not learn from Thomas's drop earlier that units are important in these drops. T2 air already from Thomas, and he's making his T2 PGM, but somehow mantis have gotten all the way. I guess he doesn't have. Yeah, this is the classic gap in the radar on the side of the map. You really don't want one there. Oh my god, there's T2 mexes. They're gonna die to mantis, and the single Medusa goes down. That's a lot of the damage disappearing, but he might still have enough mantis. No. No. That's insane. That's really insane. And he lost 2 T2 mexes in his core to some mantis on the side. Those are some of the best mantis I've seen in a long time. Turbo, on the other hand, forced to build a PD in a terrible position. He should reclaim that immediately, honestly. That's such a useless PD. So he should reclaim it. We capture his mexes. There's mantis running back and forth across the map as they're chasing each other around, sniping mexes. But the real thing though, on the top side, looks like we had... Somehow Turbo has taken this. He actually managed to get up a PD that he started with those 4 engineers, and Thomas looks to have run multiple units into that PD. Maybe actually, what Thomas did not see the drop. That's what it was. He didn't realize there was other units on the field. There's no radar here. There's no dead radar here either. So Thomas just was not aware, and that's T2 drop into the expansion. No, he's going all the way to the back. Alright. And now he's trying to also get in behind Turbo's Air Force. That's really risky because I don't think Thomas has more odds. Well, actually, these are quite clumped up there, so maybe. But that is a nice drop. Now, there's no upgrading mass extractors. Those are always the juiciest. Low HP and tons of mass invested. But there are 2 T2 mexes, and the T1 mexes are definitely nice to kill as well. Thomas needs to finish these off, and I think he will. The reinforcements are slow. There's a Jester, which should snipe the Medusa, but I don't think that's going to matter. Another incredibly poorly placed PD there is forced. And that's 500 mass in those awful PDs, and that's why I say you should reclaim them. 500 mass! It's big bucks. Another T2 Mex coming. That is painful. Showing the power of the T2 transport there. Just does not give a crap. Takes advantage of the out of position Air Force and just flies all the way to the back. Now, did the transport get out? I don't know. There's no way. So that's some consolation if Turbo was to reclaim that, which he should. He also, well, I think both players are not grabbing all the mass they could grab. But Thomas is definitely doing a better job. Almost 2,000 mass ahead in reclaim. And he is ahead on generated mass now, thanks to these mexes having disappeared. Especially the T2. More on the way for Turbo. We have Corsairs now. Thomas went for that T2 air very quickly. He should use it immediately to kill this island and retake it. There's no sense in... I mean, there's no better target for the Corsairs. He has 3. Add a T2 transport. Grab a few units. Drop here. Send the Corsairs. And that is easy win on the island. And once he has 2 islands, then the game is completely in his hands to win. So he should be doing that immediately. But he's not. He is not. On Twin Rivers, the islands are extremely important. Or they can be extremely important if used correctly. What the f... There's so many gestures from Turbo and I don't know why. We're at 15 minutes now. Thomas is making the gun at 15 minutes also. That's quite a late gun. And actually Turbo's making the gun. He's just finished it and now he's making stealth, so... Slightly confused what either of these players are doing. I mean, the gun is always nice. I mean, well, not always, but almost always. I mean, if I think somebody's gonna attack me, a lot of units, the gun is extremely good tool to defend. That's some units dropped directly into the main base, and a lot of them are Medusa, and it's could be some... Oh wow, all the gestures are revealed now, and nothing dies except a couple engineers. So I think the gestures are going to have to contribute a bit more than that to pay for themselves, but that's not bad. Not a bad start. T2 support factory on the side here, and TML classic. Absolutely classic TML. No action on the top. Just all these Corsairs doing nothing. Sad. Thomas is making the gun and stealth, and then immediately he's going to retreat all the way into his base, away from this army, which he could farm and kill quite easily. Here comes Turbo, and damn, Turbo is asking for trouble. He has no veterancy, so only 10,000 HP. He has a boatload of Corsairs just waiting to come and one-tap him. Now, it's unlikely he'll get sniped in one pass though by Corsairs. There'd have to be a lot of Corsairs and he would have to completely not see them coming and mess up his dodge. You can dodge a lot of Corsairs in the first pass, and actually on subsequent passes as well. So they're not the most reliable sniping tool, as strange as that sounds, because they are a great sniping tool, but you know, if he dodges decently, there's quite a lot of flags which will ensure a very limited number of subsequent passes. But why? Why is this allowed to live for free for so long? And also, why does Thomas or Turbo not reclaim the master? We have questions, but we don't have answers. T3 land I should be expecting shortly. I think we're heading towards that time. But neither player's made the switch. I guess they should be looking to get a few more T2 mexes up. Thomas has a lot of stuff queued here. Auto eco, that's what this is. Just planning for the future. Oops. And TML. Oh no, he TML'd the TMD. There was a single TMD. That's one thing. And T2P gen. People are so skimpy with with TMD. They'll refuse to make a second one. Even in the most important positions, even as Cybern, even against Cybern. Redundancy, guys, is good. You have 2 kidneys, 2 lungs. There's a reason for this. It's because things can go wrong. You know, you lose 1 kidney, it's not the end of the world. You have a second one. You lose 1 TMD. Well, if you only have 1, then it is the end of the world. You've lost power. You've lost mexes almost. You've lost your HQ. Could have lost both HQs. Then it would be true disaster territory. But it looks like he will recover. He saved his HQ. He saved his mexes. So, and he actually already has remade his land HQ and is going T3 land immediately. And he's actually going to be T3 land before Thomas. I don't know why Thomas did not take the opportunity after killing this to get to T3 land. Because if you think about it, once you kill this HQ, he cannot produce any more T2 land from his support factories or from the HQ, except the ones that were already under construction. So that's the perfect time. Gives you the time to just go T3, because there's not going to be enough T2 units, most likely, unless he already has more. Oh, finally the plan that I suggested so many minutes ago is actually happening. But I don't know if it's going to be successful. He did actually save, wow, he saved all the Corsairs. Like, Turbo was right on that. But now it looks like Turbo is going to win air. Big time. Very strange micro. Don't understand what's going on in this air fight. And all the jesters show up and obliterate the artillery. I don't know why he dropped artillery there. I would drop rhinos. That would be a lot better. Or rhinos and some Medusa. But now air is completely lost. Some nice reclaim here in this island. At least he saved the Corsairs, that was good. But the rest of it was not so good. Some air staging would be great for these guys. You can see how low HP some of these are. Here's another drop. This one much nicer. And it looks like you get 1 T2 mechs, perhaps more. Probably more if he doesn't run into this PD. Does he know it's there? Now he does. Turn around, turn around, turn around. React, react, react. Okay, the Rhino needs to live for the damage. Yeah, ooh, this could be nice. And the Jesters don't even take any damage really from that flak. So it was a bit out of position. It went the wrong way around the mountain. Still a nice drop. 2 T2 mexes. And now a load of Corsairs sent in. But they're surely just gonna die. 3 T2 mexes go down though. And the reaction is slow. Where are the inties? Turbo just asked, where's my air? Yeah, where the hell is his air? Okay, I'm actually pausing the game. Because where the fuck is his air? I'm checking these flags, but they don't have any kills. Where are the wrecks? Are they over here? Are these? No, those are Mantis. Okay, let's not waste too much time. But where the hell is his air? Okay, somebody, I can watch. I'll watch it back after. Maybe someone in the comments will see on the on the minimap what happened. But yes, suddenly these Corsairs doing insane damage. Somehow that survived on 35 health. Oh my god, all of the economy is getting obliterated. And now finally they run into some static anti-air. And they're taken down, so maybe if he had stayed over here, killed some of those. Well, there's even stuff here. Well, that's some wasted loyalists here. Ouch. Feels bad. Rhinos are quite good against loyalists because they don't miss. A lot of units will just miss loyalists as they're running around because, you know, they're so fast. But Rhinos have no such problem. T3 mechs time for Turbo. So he's going to, basically he's going to get so much reclaim from his mexes that have just died that he's going to use that to make a T3 mechs, and I like that a lot. That's good stuff because he needs to catch up on his generated mass quickly, and that is the way to do it. You can build it, you can put way more mass immediately into T3 mechs than you would if you're upgrading a lot of mexes from T1 to T2. That's why you see T3 mexes very quickly on maps which have tons of mass, like, you know, Derosa or the Ditch or things like that, because it's just a much faster mass dump. So now we have T3 land on both sides. I think Thomas really should have gone T3 land, as I said, when he killed this HQ. He had all the time in the world then. He bought the time, but then he did not spend it. His plan to take back this was about 7 or 8 minutes late, which is unfortunate. Could have this island for a long time now, and instead Turbo has it, and he has 42 mexes on there as well. But still a very even game. Army wise though, it looks, well, it's hard to judge because there's a lot of artillery and stuff. A shit ton of Medusa. Well, we have still 23 rhinos and a couple of trebs and 8 bricks. Turbo only 2 bricks, 7 loyals, and about 10 more rhinos than Thomas has. So certainly Thomas is ahead in the T3 unit count. It's time to use them. Drop 2 bricks here, or drop a brick and a flak, or, you know. Yes, precisely that. That's what he's doing. There's a lot of T1 PD around, and this is basically to just slow down these drops as much as possible, because they're going to have to stand outside of range, or they're going to be forced to drop directly in range of... Oh no. Started shooting these, and that is amazing. Did he deliberately do that? Did he deliberately put his engineers here? I don't think he did, actually. But if he did, that would be a pretty nice move. And that is the power of the PDs. Holy crap. Spent a lot of time shooting walls, as you can see. And he dropped directly in the middle of 3 T1 PDs, so you can see how effective they are against drops. Very, very sad for Thomas that that happened. Big win. 2,000 mass delivered directly to him. Oh, this drop is quite nice. And he still has loaded TML. Well, it's not loaded very much, but he can take out... There's only one TMD left. Yes, he targets it. And now the bricks will go down very quickly. And actually the loyalists are here, so they may redirect. No, not that one. You should leave a couple around here to try and redirect the next missiles. I don't know why this one wasn't targeted. This is T3 mechs. Oh, ouch. That's brutal. Another drop comes. And you see what I mean when how late he was with trying to take this island back. The later you leave it, it gets way harder to retake. The longer it goes on. T3 air on the way. T3 air not on the way, but there is something going on. Oh, that's T3 ACU, which is, yeah, T3 ACU. Not sure why he's going T3 ACU. Not sure why the bricks are standing completely still, doing nothing. And that drop gets killed, and a few inties that are here. get obliterated. Yeah, somehow these bricks are standing still. I think they're targeting something just out of range, and therefore don't shoot. Alas. Still have a T1 mechs on this island. Do we have any T3 mechs though for Thomas? He, like, Turbo made a T3 mechs a long ass time ago. It is now dead. And actually he has no other ones, so aggressive game from Thomas. Drops going to the back, drops coming into the side, onto the island multiple times, but yeah, he's done quite decent damage. He's going to make an Omni now after his second T3 power generator. Turbo needs a second one. Usually on say team game maps, on a lot of maps, you should remember that once you get your first T3 power generator up, you probably want to immediately start the second one. I would say almost every case, you want to start the second one immediately after the first one. And this is because you can reclaim your power, T2 and T1. I mean, you don't have to reclaim it all, but it is good to recycle it if you have the overflow. And also, you're probably going to be going T3 air. That's going to be very power intensive. He is not going to be able to run T3 air on one T3 PGen. So almost every time you want to start the second T3 PGen immediately after you finish the first one. Now you don't necessarily want to build it as quickly as you built the first one. The first one you're going to have probably a lot of power, or a lot of build power on it. Second one, you know, you can build it a bit slower. That's nasty. That was a very ambitious drop from Thomas. He had no cover at all, and he really wasted those bricks. And Turbo is on the way to... No, he's not. You always have to be grabbing this kind of shit. As soon as you kill a drop, you have to always get in the habit of getting the reclaim as soon as you see it drop. Otherwise you'll forget about it. Or in the case of a battle, which we have down here, you send your units forward. The battle hasn't even started yet, but you start sending the engineers in that area. You don't wait until the reclaim is there. And this looks like a big win for Thomas. I don't know why Turbo was so far forward here, but he's getting punished. Every kill is a win for Thomas. He has more units, far more units here, and it's closer to his side of the map. This is on his half, and so there's almost no doubt that he gets this reclaim. Oh, it's a nice drop to the back here. I think it's always, at this stage of the game, it's fully worth investing a line of T1A here. Or just a SAM and some T1A. Fully worth investing in that. But it looks like there will be enough Corsairs to avoid too much damage. This mech is going to T3. If this one was to die, it would be extremely painful. It's halfway done now. There goes one brick. Oh no, he is going to kill it for sure, for sure. And that drop was disgustingly good now. And this reaction is quite late. Oh, he even killed this one. Damn. Excellent drop from Turbo there. And now he's gone hard on the T3 mexes. Now the real problem with that is all this donation. If he hadn't donated all this mass, he'd be in a super good position. But even so, he is in a really good one. Another drop. Drops everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4 T3 mexes. Fifth one started for Turbo, if I haven't counted incorrectly. Yep. And 10,000 mass to make 11,000. Thomas has a chronic lack of mass. He has no T3 mexes. And that is unforgivable. That is a capital capital crime and a mortal sin. He has no T3 mexes, and he's making an SMD. But there's no missile launcher at all. There definitely is not a nuke. And there's not one started, so that is really, for me, that's really bad to make an SMD. That shit is expensive. 7,500 mass that he does not have at all. That mass should be in T3 maxes instead. He cannot afford. Oh no no no! Not the trebs. Anything but the trebs. At least he has a metric shit ton of shields, but they are going to be wasted as well. I mean, there's no defenses. As funny as it sounds, you have to defend these as well. You have to defend the shields. They're not free, and they are all wasted. Now air looks extremely bad. The inties that are left over completely seal the deal, because there's just not enough ASF on the field for the inties to be irrelevant yet, and there's a lot of bricks. Maybe he can take out, well, he can take out T3 Mex, maybe he can take out, oh, he's going for TMD. There's still only one TML. There should be, that's a lot of dead inties. There should be more than one TML here at this stage. Think of how much more effective this attack would be if there was a second TML. Is this loaded? It is. And he didn't attack. Oh, he can finish off this T3 Max. There's so much mass now left outside the base. At least he kept the trebs alive, and they've done so much damage. It's really ridiculous how much damage they've done. Did lose the odd one there. The trebs now start moving forward into their own shells. Ah yes, beautiful stuff. Corsairs are in to snipe them. Perfect tool for the job. If they would shoot. I don't know where that's going. Oh, yep, got one. Not bad. But Turbo surely has such an eco lead that he won't be in any trouble. There are TMLs flying everywhere. Oh, they're hitting bricks. Nice. But now we have, oof, gunships. How long have these mexes been dead? I feel like they were killed a long time ago by these two bricks, and the mass was never taken. Now the island is completely doomed. There's only 3 flags, which is not enough, and ASF. Well, Thomas is working hard to make these ASF do some good for him, and he's fucking pulled it off. Nice micro there, and now he goes attack move, which is maybe a mistake in my book. Attack move is terrible. Attack move for air units is pretty awful, and this could have gone better for him. I mean, look, most of the time they're not even shooting. They're just, and now he actually lost this fight because of it. And Turbo sending in reinforcements to win the battle when Thomas thought he had already won it, and then he lost it with his attack move. There seems to be a complete lack of TMD here. No TMD. Some TMD here, but none here or here. That's problematic. Oh, Mega. About 40%, we'll say. Yep. T3 Mex at the back. Sam's. Oh my god, more bricks in the base. How are bricks getting to the base consistently? And actually, why are they being sent there as well? As probably a more important secondary question. Stop. Oh. I think casting raises my cortisol levels. Casting. Almost as much as playing. Well, this Mega, is this the game winner? Because there's no reaction here. There is air, but it's not convincingly won. Okay, never mind. It's convincingly won. Thomas has wasted his air again. But yeah, he's gonna need quite a few T3 gunships. Damn, these gunships have a lot of damage on them. Turbo has done well protecting them. He needs to drop now, take this back. I mean, maybe just invest in some T2 PDs here. And the bricks would for sure be a complete waste. I mean, there's so much mass. There's so much mass. This is Turbo's Mega right here. And Turbo actually is also built. It's actually loaded his SMD already. Thomas is almost loaded. I like that people... I mean, I don't like that Thomas built the SMD when he did, but I like that people are actually building SMD now. So many games end with a nuke on this map and others because people just refuse to invest in an SMD. But yeah, Turbo trying to be really careful and keep these alive. They're so valuable, and he's done a good job with them. Thomas desperately wants to kill them, but he just can't go in yet. He can't afford to. And the Mega is just about finished now. Thomas needs to focus on air so that it doesn't get mauled by the gunships, and then he should be okay. More shields. This shield spam is... I mean, shield spam is fine. Shields are extremely good for your trebuchets and your bricks, but you just spam them and then they're just alone in the middle of nowhere. Then they are a massive waste of power and mass. Now Thomas should be focusing on... yeah, here comes another air factory, not adjacent to P-gens, for reasons unknown to myself and others. But now it's time for more T3 mexes and then another Mega, I think, as well as air. Maybe RAS in the ACU would be nice. Spider would not be nice. I don't really see any reason to build a Spider now. Unless, I mean, the reason to build a Spider is you really need an experimental immediately. You need one very quickly. Turbo is only now taking this mass. It's, he should add... Oh my god, Soothsayer is here. He should add, you know... I bet he has shit tons of mass, yeah. You have the beautiful unit known as the Hive. Just a line of those boys and we're away. That's it. It's very simple. He also doesn't have Omni. What? No Omni? No Omni, minute 45? Is that the level we're at, guys? Is that where we are in 2019? Come on. Turbo, however, though, he has so much more economy, but there's a Mega heading towards his base. And Thomas has probably more air right now. So, Thomas adds in a couple strats. I think this is going to go extremely poorly for... Oh, no, no, no. Turbo gets in behind. That's really good micro from Turbo there to just absolutely murk that the ASF, and now a shit ton of gunships are here. The Mega is about to finish. He actually is finishing it, and Thomas is spinning forwards, not backwards. Spinning not towards victory. He's running away now. So use the stealth, please, on the ASF. You need it. I mean, this is... I mean, at least he may not leave a megalith directly in Turbo's base. That's an upside, and he's gonna build a second megalith, of course, and make more mexes. No one has dropped this island. It's just been empty since the gunships cleared it. And this Mega... The air micro from Turbo there just made everything here possible. This Mega was full HP. There was nothing against it, except this other Mega would have been finished. But, I mean, the whole base could have died here. in the time this Mega came out and killed the other one. Air was quite even, but Thomas had no stealth on. Turbo had stealth, came in behind, and then that allowed him to be able to use close enough to 10 gunships, which just killed the Mega from full HP. It's really good that Thomas just backed out immediately. That is a shit ton of mass here on his side now. He should be taking it. Move that, please. Yep. There's all these engineers over here. They should be elsewhere, but he really needs to finish this immediately, and he needs this reclaim to do it. Look, all these idle engineers. He needs the mass. So take it. Come on. Attention is the most important thing. Attention to what's important at the right moment. That's what makes you good at this game. And Thomas is focusing on something else right now. He's not focusing on this, which is the most important thing. This, in conjunction with this. Nothing else is really that important. Mass is important, and Turbo is also not paying attention. This is what's important for him, and actually, does he still not have... He doesn't have an Omni. So of course he got completely surrounded by some bricks. Unfortunately for him, that only did about half damage to the Mega, and now the Mega is, well, it just got a veteran seat, so that's some nice regen on it. But still, huge amount of damage done. But all the bricks are dead now. Looks like air is 1 though. Air is 1 for Thomas. Where are the gunships? Again, this is another scenario. Well, okay. Oh, Turbo's coming over to now steal the reclaim. He's gonna place an egg. And now this Mega is reclaiming, because it has to get rid of what's on the ground first. It has to get rid of the reclaim out of the way before it can place the egg. So when you place an egg on a wreck like this, the megalith starts reclaiming. It reclaims at quite a decent rate. I think it's maybe 200 mass per second, or 200 or 300 mass per second. Again though, Omni. Why is there no Omni? This poor Mega suffered so much because of the lack of Omni. And now it's gonna die. It tried to reclaim what was here, and instead it's going to leave even more reclaim exactly in that spot. Oh my god, a lot of bricks have suddenly appeared in the back of this base, and they're coming for the mexes. React. Well, no, these bricks will be taken care of. T3 mechs is here, no TMD. Amazing. There is another Mega and another one on the way. Still no hives. Oh, we have hives over here. Okay. Well. Okay. Sure. No, the bricks are still alive, but they haven't really killed anything of note. Well, they're maybe... Yeah, no, not really. Gunships will take care of them. And now... Yeah, just... At this point in the game, yes, you need a lot of factory spam. You just spam lots of factories. There's so much reclaim. Now he's building a spider for some reason. I mean, spider, it's nice to have a spider, because there's just bricks. He just doesn't have many bricks, basically. Actually, he has... Yeah, almost no bricks. So this spider can basically hold down the fort. Maybe it's quite a bit faster, of course, than a Mega. But really, needs to be way faster with this reclaim. Way faster. Should have more factories further forward. Put them up here. So how much is on the map right now? 170k. And there's 2 megas for Turbo. This looks extremely difficult for Thomas now. Still far behind in economy. He is finishing off his T3 mexes, but Turbo has an island, and he actually is going to have full T3 mex there as well. But we have a spider. Spider should probably go somewhere else. Yeah, spider in a mega versus 2 megas. There's no contest. No contest. The mega's here, and it actually even did damage to the wreck there, as well as just no. It's gonna win air. The mega's gonna win air. Fuck. Oh, wrong place for the anti-air. It should be all the way up here, and so another T3 mex is gonna die, at least one. These gunships are working overtime trying to deal with all these bricks everywhere. Corsairs also being used. Again, full retreat mode. Another mega is quite far from being done. No hives. Lack of reclaim. He is getting some reclaim here. And Thomas actually calls it a day. Guess he's losing all this stuff at the back. There is 2 megas here, and his one is not close enough to being finished. Turbo with the the easy. Of course, Thomas was already out of the game at that point. Oh, finally an Omni. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? And that's quite a lot of PD. Another option, if you are afraid of being telemasered and you're Cybran, make the laser. That is also a very effective anti-telemaser tool. And he had a couple T2 mexes in his base, of course he did. Right in the core. Everything else in the expansions is T3. Pretty much. This one almost there. So, well played Turbo. I think Thomas tried to be aggressive. Played with less economy. He never caught up in economy. And he also lost map control. If you're going to be behind in economy or in T2 mexes, I mean, you got to be aggressive, do some damage. He did some damage, but not enough. And I think taking 2 islands was would have been critical for him. That allows you to catch up big time once you get a second island. But yeah, nice game. Well played both players. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon for another cast.